What is a coordinate plane, or as some people like to call, a graph? A graph is a grid. It has an x-axis, which is the one that goes horizontally. It's this one, and a y-axis, which is the one that goes vertically. This one. And what those have on them are points. You have these little points which represent number values. Now, they're supposed to be evenly distributed, but I did not do that very well. But it's fine. Where each one of these little ticks represents one number value. And the ones that go to the right represent positive number values on the x. The ones that are to the left are negative number values. To the left of what, you might ask, is the center, the point where the y-axis and the x-axis intersect. That point is called the origin. That point is 0 on the x-axis. That is equal to 0. That tick, that little circle right there, is just 0. Okay? Points or ticks to the left of that 0 are negative numbers. For example, this one would be -1. Oops. This one would be -1. And then ones to the right of that would be positive values. This one is +1. Now, for the y-axis, ones to the up from that 0, above that 0, are positive values, and ones below that are negative values. So this tick is 1, this tick is 2, this is 3, this is 4, 5, 6, this is -1, this is -2, this is -3, this is -4, this is -5, this is -6. Now, you see these 4 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are called quadrants. This is quadrant 1. Quadrant 1, or quadrant 1, is made up of only positive values. Because you can see this is going to be to the left, this is going to be to the right of y, of 0, and this is also above y. It's above the origin on y. So all these values are also going to be positive. So any values over here are going to be in quadrant 1 are going to be positive. And let me explain what I mean by values. Actually, before I keep going. What I mean by values is we can make plots. We can make points on this chart that represent a value of y, a value of x, and a value of y. For example, if I were to write down this, let's say I were to say that this was x. This is the value of x I want you to put a dot on, and this is the value of y I want you to put a dot on. Okay? What I mean by that, or plot, this is the values I want you to plot. What I mean by that is that I want you to find I want you to find the x value, number 2, which is 1, 2, and I want you to find the y value, that's right here, 2, 1, 2, and I want you to, if you just drew a straight line this way, make a dashed line, and a straight line this way, let's say, that went on for infinity, and then I want you to draw a straight line up this way, and a straight line down this way, dashed line. Guess at what point do these two lines intersect? And the point that they intersect is right here. They're intersecting right here. And that's what we call a plot. That's what the coordinate for 2 and 2 would be. This is called the coordinate. This is the place that this coordinate is. And so if I were to write 2 and 2, also whenever we write these ordered pairs, this is the x and this is the y. The first one's the x and the second one's the y. This is the coordinate. Now you can almost imagine this sort of like a map situation, where if I were to draw a map of, let's say, the United States, and this would be a point on that map. 2, 2 would be a point, let's say Kentucky or something. It represented Kentucky, some place in city in Kentucky, I don't know. And this is what coordinates are. I mean, graphs, coordinate planes are. And this is quadrant 2. This is quadrant 3. This is quadrant 4. The x-axis on quadrant 2 is left to the origin, so that's always going to be negative. But the y is positive because it's above the origin, which is this spot. And quadrant 3's x and y is negative because it's below, the y is below the origin. See, it's over here. And the x is left to the origin. Quadrant 4, the x is positive because it's to the right of the origin, and the y is negative because it's to the bottom of the origin. It's in school.